So, the main reason we got this cheap was because the guy that had it said that this pulley broke and there was another sleeve inside of it. So, and he didn't know how to fix it, so he was gonna get rid of it. So we bought it off of him. So that would have been an easy fix. But while we were loading it onto the trailer, I don't know if you guys can see, but this bearing and the shaft snapped and the bearing popped out. And it took us a long time to get this thing loaded onto our trailer. So yeah. So that's what we're going to be working on in today's video. But the first thing that we're going to have to do is making sure there's no water in these drums, just because it's super heavy and I don't want any extra weight on it so we don't break the gate on the trailer. So on the front one, the plug's almost on the bottom, so we're just gonna unscrew them and see if they have any water in them, and then we'll work on getting this thing unloaded. Alright, well, I can't get these drain bolts undone. I don't think they've been undone in quite a while, but I think they're empty anyway because they sound empty. So for now, I guess I'll just leave them full. Eventually I'll have to get them undone, but it's rolling everywhere when I try and push down, and I don't want it to fall off, the bearing to fall out. So I guess we'll have to go with they're full. Alright guys, so I got it off the trailer. I just pulled it with the gator, but now what I'm gonna have to do is, you guys can see the steering here. There's one little bolt that should let us undo the steering before I take the drum out. So I'm going to do that first. Alright, so now I'm just going to jack it up. So that way the weight's all off the drum. The drum's off the ground now, so I'm gonna get some jack stands under this thing. Alright, that's one side. I'm just gonna go do the other one. Alright, so now I'm gonna loosen these straps off. I got it rolled out from underneath, and I got most of the grease off. So now you can see where it snapped. Here's the other end here. It went like that. And it's all snapped, so hopefully somebody can fix that for me. But before I bring it in, I'm gonna have to take it apart off of this. And there's a bolt right here. It's already half loose. And I'm going to see if it takes it off or if it takes this out. So we're just going to see what that does. Gotta get a hammer. Alright, there we go. So Aha, got it. There we go. Alright guys, so it's the next day. The part's all welded up here. I got somebody to do it for me. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, could have been better, but it's good enough. So I'm gonna get the bearings put back on and the seals, and then we're gonna put it back on. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing that's gotta go on is this seal. I mean, it's pretty banged up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but by the time I just found one and ordered one and all that, it wouldn't have been worth it. So that one's gonna work just fine. So I'm gonna leave it. Same with these bearings. I looked at them; they all look okay. So I'm just gonna leave them on too. The old ones on. So there's the bottom one. Now, I guess I should have done the other thing first. That's gotta go like that, and this bearing goes on like that. And then there's a nut and washer that goes on top of that. But before we put all this together, I'm gonna get it seated back in there first, which shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so this pin goes through here. And then this little groove lines up with a bolt that goes through this hole to keep it locked in. And then there's two lines that you line up on each side, I think, or maybe not. Well, I'm just gonna have to guess and try and get this lined up, I guess, then. Slides nicely in here. And then this way, it shouldn't matter which way it goes. Getting this started is going to be the trickiest part. I think I got it. Chunks of metal. It's going through. Alright. That was pretty simple. See if this bolt fits or not. Alright, there we go. The bolt's through. And then thread this nut back on. Threads are covered in dirt. There we go. I'll get the wrench. Out. Alright, that should be plenty tight. Alright, so now that this is done, I'm now going to put the seal on. put this bearing on. And now, before we put this bearing on, we're going to have to slide everything in and bring this up through the hole. So that's the next thing that I'm going to be doing. Alright, so I just got to roll this forward. And I'm going to need some help doing that because there's still water in here. So I'll resume this when I get it back underneath this thing. Go for it. Alright, so the shaft is in. I didn't record it, but it is in. And it's right here. So now, got the greased up bearing here. Make sure it's slid in there nice. And then get our washer. Locking washer. And now it's gonna tighten this thing on. Got my 11/8 socket, and I'm just going to tighten it up. Alright, there we go. I almost forgot the pin here to put it in. So I'm just going to see if I can find the hole. I know it's around here somewhere. There it is. Oh, it's got to get a little more tight. There we go, now I can put the cap on again. There we go. All done. Alright guys, this is going to end today's video. I think we got a lot accomplished. The only thing we have left to do before we can drive this thing is either get a new motor or a new pulley. I haven't decided yet. It depends on if I can find a new pulley that'll fit that shaft or not. If not, I'll just end up buying a new motor. But either way, I think it's going pretty good. So be sure to subscribe down below so I can keep making videos like this for you guys. Also, be sure to leave a like down below. But other than that, guys, that's going to end today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.